Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sin.
And 15 PCA.
Native 454.
Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. So last week we were praising the Outer Worlds. The trailer for that Obsidian RPG looked really cool.
Yeah.
Kind of a little bit of Fallout, a little bit of Borderlands.
Good humor.
A little bit of New Vegas.
In space.
And then out of space. So like, oh man, this is going to be so cool. I'm in my mind, I'm thinking I want to build these types of characters and things. So I get an article from Kotaku.
Yes.
This is the first time I've been to Kotaku in years.
Yeah.
But I guess they were talking to someone, and they basically, this is coming from the article, just calibrate your expectations properly.
Can it wait for a bit? I'm in the middle of some calibrations.
The Outer Worlds, which has been in development since late 2016, is published by Private Divisions, a label of Take-Two Interactive, designed to make AA games.
No.
They're not indie, but they're not big-budget AAA games like The Witcher 3 or Fallout Vegas.
Ouch.
So this is going to be a small game.
The thing bothers me, they didn't even say Fallout 76 or said Fallout 4. They said Valhalla Vegas. And that's pretty small compared to those games.
Yeah.
So you can imagine how small this is going to be?
Yeah,
Very
and it
small.
says either, so don't expect the Outer Worlds to be quite as vast, with massive open world in which you get lost with hundreds of hours. This will be a very different experience. I don't like this, like, oh, the video game is an experience. I kind of want to do a lot of things, especially like in an Obsidian RPG. I want to be able to do so much, but they're literally like, oh, temper your
And
expectations.
especially the way they write their stories.
They do good stuff.
It's good, and you want to get involved in it and get engrossed in it instead of being what is this going to be? What, a 30-hour experience? I don't want that.
I know what they're probably thinking, because they're probably thinking, like, well, people are spoiled with the AAA titles and everything with how grand things are.
Oh yeah,
but
that's just awful.
I know,
hate
right?
every second of it.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild, I just wish it was smaller and shorter.
I know.
God, it's just too damn much for me.
They got to be linear, too.
No, but the problem is, though, by saying that, though, it just makes you feel bad, doesn't it? When you say, like, oh, it's only a AA.
Yeah, it makes me feel like, I don't know. It continues on.
Yeah.
There are 2 planets in the game. Obsidian says, although they're not open worlds, they're how do you say that?
Carte blanche?
No.
No.
Compartmentalized.
He said it. I can't. Each of them contains several areas to explore. So you're not going to be able to like walk to the area. You're going to have to like just load into it.
Yeah.
Like reminds me of Destiny. Like when you land on Nessus and it's just this tiny little thing.
Yeah, it's not like you can't explore the whole
Boy, that's so disappointing. Because
It's so
that trailer
disappointing.
was so amazing last week.
Yeah.
And then to hear this.
It's just...
I mean, and like you said before, because they better be AA prices then. This
Yeah,
better
it's
be
exactly.
Like,
They're going to charge me AAA prices, bastards.
Yeah,
They
At
probably
30
are.
then.
They probably are.
So like saying again, but there's a little bit of good news. There's going to be no microtransactions whatsoever. So no, I can buy a pretty skin or a new coat of paint for my gun, and none of that.
Well,
No.
hopefully that means there'll be more DLC too.
See, that's the saving grace in the world of DLCs and expansion packs and stuff.
Different
Maybe
worlds.
they'll do the Outer Worlds. Another system that adds like 4 or 5 planets, and you pay $15-$16 for it. I wouldn't mind that,
Yeah.
but as it is right now, it just seems a little crappy that we're getting kind of. I mean, we're not getting screwed. It's not the right way to say it. It just feels like
Our expectations were higher.
Yeah.
Like, the article didn't do it right, or at least the people that are talking from the Outworld didn't say it right. Because when you say, like, AA, it makes you feel like, hey, am I going to play, like, a
It's just
classic Japanese RPG, where you go to one area, go to the next area.
Yeah, everything's linear and just takes you
Yeah.
down a path, and you can't really do your own little
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah, there'll be plenty to see. Each of them contains several areas to explore. Obsidian says there'll be plenty to do, but the scale will be very different from New Vegas. While we are discussing the exact amount of areas, a good bit of context for the approach we think we did with Knights of the Old Republic, with potentially more ground to cover and explore with each area.
Well,
I
the
don't
thing
know.
is, I wish you would have said, and guess what, in the future we're going to do some DLC, so don't worry, we'll be
Yes.
expanding the world. Add that to it, so that would make at least reassure us a little bit.
I know, it's like, basically, they're like, oh, this not gonna be that great.
Hey, guys, come on. I mean, I'm glad you're being honest, but it's almost like you're being too honest without
Yeah.
telling us more things.
Show
It's like-
some,
Yeah, and people, I was looking through the comments, people think footage of the last 10 hours of my Red Dead Redemption 2 playthrough. And that's, again, there's I never complain that, God, there's just too much content in this game. Just too much. Who ever complained about that?
Exactly. We're so used to these AAA titles.
I was talking like GTA, I never
Yeah,
said that.
yeah.
That's the only time I've ever said it.
Well, the only thing, the problem with
Story
GTA
takes
games
forever.
is the missions get really ridiculously
Yeah.
stupid.
And they get crazier and crazier.
But I look at something like Saints Row. That
I
touches
love
the
Saints
mission.
Row.
But
I beat all of
exactly,
them.
that was huge, and those games are big too.
Or
Yeah.
Crackdown. You got all those little
Because
side
those
things you
games
can
never
do.
get ridiculously fake. They always stay at that same level.
Well,
of
they're
difficulty.
doable. See, GTA
Yeah.
always get really silly with their missions. But that's kind of disappointing. It just is. I just felt a little more disappointed in the Outer Worlds. I guess my expectations, they literally say, bring your expectations down. So I guess that's what I'm going to do.
Exactly. I just think they said the wrong words that they needed to say. Like I said, maybe do some little bit of a pony show of like, oh, we have DLC coming, we have things going. No, you just say.
I mean, heck, for Smash Brothers, they announced a new DLC. They don't even say what it is. Okay,
Exactly.
They announced it. You're
Well,
out.
it kind of reminds me of like you made plans to go to
Yeah.
this concert, right? And like you go, oh man, you can't wait to get there and everything. But as the days go on, you find out you're not going to the concert. You're going to a restaurant. That's going to be on pay-per-view. It's nice, but it wasn't what I was expecting.
Or you're going to a concert and the headliner cancels
Yeah.
last minute, and you're there already.
Exactly. You like the other two people showing up, the other bands, but
But
you
the
want-
one went for the main act.
Really, God.
It just feels like I guess I have to just put myself in perspective.
Yeah.
But they didn't say that out
No.
or out in the front. They made it look like
It's
this
AAA.
is the next Fallout. Really, it's the real Fallout. Mm-hmm. And now they say, whoa! Remember that game we made years and years ago? It's gonna be smaller than
Here's
that.
the thing, guys. The bar's not too high for Fallout
It isn't.
76. You're telling me you can't beat that?
No, apparently not.
I
Or
guess
they're not
not.
shooting for it.
Yeah,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
That's even worse.
Or they feel they don't want to put the time and energy to do it.
I don't know. But again, hopefully we get some expansion packs. Remember expansion packs? But DLC content that adds more planets and more
Expansion
missions.
packs, that's old.
That is old school. But hey, they're shooting old school, right?
I just wish you could travel around the planet. I wanted that experience.
It's gonna be areas. I thought you could be able to make your own ship and fly wherever you want.
Yeah, that'd have been cool.
I don't know. Crimson Sin here. Thanks for watching and be sure to like, sub, and share. Also, for the most up-to-date information about the podcast, follow us on Twitter at C15 Podcast.